Good morning. It's Monday. The news of the past couple of days has in many ways been very distressful. The news of the loss of life, of the continued illness of so many is of course a source of great pain. Images from Jewish communities in England, New York, Israel is of course of great concern to all of us. There's some hopeful news in terms of the rate of spread and some news about treatment, and we hope and pray that the good news begins to dominate. I want to take a couple of minutes this morning to talk about something which is on the minds of many. We know that terrible mistakes were made by members of our community, mistakes that cost people their health and in some cases cost people their lives. And that behavior will continue to have ripple effects, and God forbid will cause more pain in the days ahead. And people did not react as quickly or as forcefully or as decisively as they should have. And the news of that is of course deeply, deeply disturbing. It generates anger and fear. None of that is illegitimate. I just want to take though a minute not to justify, excuse any of that behavior, because that behavior was inexcusable and unforgivable. We cherish life above all. We all know that. But to explain one part of it is the idea that all of us as Jews understand one thing, and we've all been taught the same story since we're little kids, is that the reason any of us are here is because we are the children and grandchildren of those who were stubborn in the face of enormous adversity, who no matter what was going on in the world around them, no matter what was being done to them, they stayed faithful. They kept doing what they always did. That's why that's the reason any of us are still here as Jews, is because we are the children, grandchildren, the great-grandchildren of the stubborn, of those who refused to relent, of those who never wavered, of those who never gave in, of those who never opted out. We are the children of a very stubborn people. And when one faces adversity, where the entire wiring of our consciousness needs to be overturned, where in order to preserve ourselves, we stop doing what we always have done. That's a hard change for many. We should have done it sooner. We should have done it earlier. We should have done it more decisively. But the DNA of our people is a stubborn DNA. And every story that we've ever been taught is a story of people who kept going, who kept being Jewish, even though it was a lot easier to give it up, even though it was a lot easier to melt into the crowd, even though it was the smart thing to do in the minds of many. We kept being stubborn. We kept being faithful. We kept our doors open. And now at a time where we have to do the reverse is a painful adjustment. It's an adjustment we all have to make. And if anyone hasn't, they have to now immediately. V'chai b'hem. We have to preserve life. We can't be with each other. We can't be with our families. We can't be in our schools or in our shuls. We have to be stubborn to preserve life. We now have to be resilient in the face of epidemic. We have to preserve life first. But it's hard, and it's hard for many. But we have to do it. There is simply no choice. Let's hope and pray that we all stay safe. Let's hope and pray that those who are ill are healed. And let's just hope that we have the wisdom and the courage and the hope to keep going forward.